Greetings and welcome back. We're playing Distant Worlds Universe. Okay, so new day for me here. So just going to hit the space bar, get some numbers going. So we're still going with our zero taxes. And we're growing pretty good. We're at 16 billion now, so we're still growing at a healthy rate. Whether we'll be maxed out by the time we get warp cores, which we're 74% towards getting, is yet to be seen. I don't know. It's going to be close. We might make it. If we don't, I'll probably just adjust some taxes just to keep the growth a bit on the high side and carry on from there. Now, scenery. I just built a resort base. So I just want to see. Well, where is it? There's. Has no passengers yet, but I think we just finished building it, so we're still waiting for passengers to hit that. What else should we look at? I did get a comment, and it was regarding the labs I have on my small spaceport. If we come into our research, we were a little below potential. We're up on potential now. Our scientist has actually kicked in now, as we can see here. We're getting a 15% from for energy research, and or high tech, and 10 for energy. So with those scientist values, that's actually brought us up to potential. So we're no longer below potential, but there was a comment in the comments, I don't know, an episode or two ago, saying that if I put a couple more labs on my small spaceport, that probably would have helped just make up that little bit to reach our potential. And I agree, I probably should have done that. Maybe, 40, 40, and 40 on those. I could have retrofitted and did that. But I'm not going to worry about it at this point because we did reach our potential anyways. And I'm just about to actually upgrade this spaceport. And I think that's what I'm going to do now is do a retrofit on our bases and get the weaponry all modernized to our latest designs and everything. So it's not going to take much to do that. We're just going to come back into our design screen, go to the bases, and I'm just going to hit auto upgrade. So now we go to a Mark III on these. So I'm just going to hit edit, and we're just going to take this revision out of here. Okay, so basically what the upgrade did is it upgraded our pulse blasters to Maxis blasters, and it upgraded our seeking missiles to concussion missiles. So that's all it's been done for us at this point. Now here's the research labs right here that I was talking about, and I think I might just do it just as an example for this series. I'm just going to sort by category and name the way I like it. And I'm going to throw one more of each on there. I'm not going to be using them right away, but when I do go to build another small spaceport, these will be ready with 40 labs on each, or 40 of each lab. So we'll just do that. Okay. So that was a good suggestion. I probably should have done that. Not a big deal at this point, but yeah, I might actually incorporate that into my usual startup, is actually just adding one more lab to each area there. Okay, so we're going to save that. And I think I'm going to go through and pick up the rest of these designs as well. So I'm just going to auto retrofit, or auto upgrade, and then manually upgrade, and that brings us to a Mark III. And the mediums I don't build right away, so I'm just going to quickly throw a bunch of stuff on here. Oops, yeah, 750 is fine for that, and we'll throw some shields. I don't know, 3500 should be fine. Hab and life. Okay, and I won't worry about labs on this design. Like I said, I don't build a lot of these actually throughout my games anyways. I'm usually small or large. Sometimes I utilize the medium, but not very often. And I don't think we have energy collection yet. No, we don't. So that's all I'm going to do in there. And this is a large spaceport, which I will be retrofitting to on our homeworld probably like right away. So let's get this done. And we will come up to a Mark III on these. So these are going to have 1,000 armor on them. Okay, so 1,000 armor. And I don't know, 4,500, 5,000 shields, somewhere in there. I'll go 5,000. Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, labs are on my brain right now, is we have 80K of each research area on this station. I'm going to bring that up to 120K. So I'm going to add actually 2 more of these of each lab to bring us up to 120. Okay, so that'll get our potentials and everything in line. So I'll add some more life support. more hab modules. And that's about all I'm going to do with this right now. I could add some more weapons, but I'm just going to go with what's on it. It should be fine for now. It's got a firepower 330, so that's all we're going to do with that. And I think these ones, I'm going to hit auto upgrade. And I don't know whether I'm going to do anything else to these. I just updated, basically that just updated the weaponry on it. So I think I might just go with that for now. I'll be doing further upgrades to these as we go, but just for now I'm just going to do that. And so I'm just going to hit auto select on these three. Or auto upgrade, sorry. And then we'll finish off with our defensive base. So we'll auto and manual. And I'll go, I don't know, 750 armor on these. I don't build a whole lot of, I might this game actually, but normally I don't build a whole lot of defensive bases. I probably should. And we'll go 3,500 shields on those for now. So yeah, just considering the difficulty I'm playing at, I might actually utilize some defensive bases here. So what do we got on this thing? Well, like I said, I'm just going to go with this. We'll be back in this design before too long, so I'm just going to do that. I just want to get them all sort of in line to have all having shields and armor on them. And we'll do the same for these. And we'll edit. And I think I'm going to hop up the weaponry on these. So that's going to mean we're going to need another reactor on this design, because we're already using 19 of the excess output now. So it only leaves us 10 left. So to get more weapons on it, we're going to need another reactor. So I'll throw one of those on. And that brings us up to 75. So I'm just basically going to put 2 of each type of weapon on here. A couple rail guns and a couple concussion missiles. And then we'll put some Hab and Life. And Hab, if we look down here at boarding defense strength, it's at 54 right now. What increases this is either assault pods, which I don't have the tech for yet, or Hab modules will bring that number up as well. So I like to get this number to about the mid 200s if I can. So let's just throw a bunch of these on. There, 252 is what we end up with. And that's boarding defense strength. So if pirate comes along, he's going to have to take down 600 shields before he can board it. And once he boards it, he's got 252 defense to deal with once he gets in there. So we'll do that. And that's a pretty good space station. And that should take a bit of a pounding if 1 or maybe 2 pirate ships come along. If they bring a whole fleet, it's pretty much sunk. So I mean, it's not a complete solution to keeping your mining stations by any means. Okay, so another reactor. Do this the same way as we did the other one. So 2 more of each. I like railguns because as soon as they skip the shields and start hammering on the ships, that generally gets them to pull back a bit. I'm not sure on the extreme level. They might not. They might be a little more reckless than that. But we'll see how it goes. So Hab and Life. So put Life on. And then we'll get our Hab modules to bring that value up to 252. Okay. So they're going to be a little more expensive to actually maintain. But we'll lose fewer of them just by having a bit of defense on them. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't bring up the fuel capacity a bit. I might throw 1 more fuel cell on there. At least until we get energy collection. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll go back and put 1 on this one as well. Energy collection will help save our fuel. So, fuel. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So that's all our stations redesigned. So now we have to retrofit. Now the large space, to go to a large spaceport, it's actually going to take a bit of time. So I'm going to actually retrofit the rest of them first. So we'll get these done first. And we also have a resort base in this stack here. Yep. So we'll retrofit that as well. And then we'll do our large spaceport. So it's a small spaceport right now. So we just right-click, retrofit, large spaceport. And it's going to cost us 17,000 credits to do this. So it's a fairly big upgrade. Okay, so got that done. And as far as the actual mining stations go, I might force this upgrade as well. It's going to create some shortages for us because I'm sure we don't have enough resources in stock to do this retrofit without bringing other stuff in. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, somebody's already robbing the necrostone off of here. So basically, if you see a reserve value, it means somebody's reserved it for other purposes. So 127 is going to come off this 132. And because we did a major weapons upgrade on these stations, this is actually going to start running short of necrostone, which will cause a shortage, which in turn will cause the private sector to send a freighter over with that stuff. And how long all that takes, not sure. We'll have to wait and see. So I think I will force the issue on those. So what I'm going to do, instead of coming through every one of them and, oops, sorry, select the right thing here, and upgrading them here, we're going to come into the ships and bases screen to do this. So let's drop down to mining stations. And there's all our mining stations. We only have 4 of them right now anyway, so not a big deal. So we can mass select in here as well. So we can select 2. And then hit the retrofit button. They all have to be the same design for this to work though. So hit the retrofit button. And we'll retrofit those. And we'll do the same thing there. And we'll retrofit those. Okay, so that's the mining stations done. So that should be all the stations retrofitted to the latest weaponry. Okay, so I guess we're 11 minutes in. I haven't started the game yet for today. So I guess we'll just start up and get going here. Okay, so the retrofits on the bases are starting to happen now. And I'm guessing there's going to be some shortages on these mining stations. Yep, hydrogen on that one. Oh, that one got done. It had enough stuff on it to actually get it done. Let me guess, hang on. Because there's hydrogen at that planet, so it already had a stockpile of hydrogen in stock. Yeah, it had a whack of hydrogen. Or helium. Was it hydrogen? Hydrogen or helium? Helium. One of the two that was short. We have it here at this planet. So that's why that one got done right away. Just have a look at this one. It's still retrofit. Yeah, it's short on hydrogen as well. So that's probably going to be a common problem with all these. Yep. So now the private sector will have to sort of pull up its socks and get some hydrogen to these things. So yeah, so far lots of views on the new series and lots of comments, so keep them coming. And no, I don't mind if you point out if I'm doing something wrong. That's absolutely encouraged, actually. Okay, so we're going to get that fuel site finally, and we have another pirate in here. It's a resupply ship. These things are tough. Yeah, 141 firepower. So there's absolutely no way we're taking this down. I don't have any ships built at the moment anyway. So guess what? We get to pay off another pirate. Lovely. Okay, well, thankfully we've got our cash under control. So at least we're still in a deficit cash flow, so this shouldn't be too awfully expensive. Oh, actually, I don't want to buy information. I want to request a protection agreement. Okay, so how many are we paying off? All 3. Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to get rich from us. So let's have a look at these guys. So you've got 21 ships, 631 firepower, 24 ships at 1,500. 34 at, well, just about 1,500. So these guys are spending my money well. So yeah, we're going to have to... another smuggler. All 3 of them are smugglers. Wow. Not that I'm complaining. They're the better ones to deal with, actually. So, okay, so... okay, that's what we're looking for. We now have increased population growth for the next 2 years. So that's going to help Homeworld finally max out. So let's just see what our reproduction value goes up to in a sec here. Now we got weapons finished. What did we just finish researching? Oh, how long has it been sitting empty? Oh, here we go. So assault pods are done, so we can now build boarding ships. Okay. Next, I'm going to go for torpedo weapons. And then probably starfighters. So we'll get those two going. And warp field precursors, we're almost getting done, and I think I might rush that. Yep, so we'll get the last of that real quick here. And after that, we're going to go to energy collections, so we can put those on our bases and not use so much fuel throughout our empire. That'll actually collect energy from the suns. And then we'll go to a larger ship size. Get up to 300 ship size. That's where I start feeling comfortable about designing ships and stuff. Get enough room to put all this stuff on. Okay. And so we'll carry on. Ooh, did we get that in time or what? He was coming back to rebuild that, but we got here first. Like barely. Yeah, it's just barely started to build. But so because we have a station here, he can't build his, not without destroying this one first. So we got that just in the nick of time. Yep, see ya. Okay. Oh, he was coming over to attack him actually. Okay, so we got that source of fuel. Now we just have to try and keep it. And we got hyperspace technology discovered. And a new troop general. Okay. So we have discovered the hyperspace technology allowing our starships to travel faster than light. This momentous discovery means that we can finally leave our own solar system and travel to faraway stars, truly exploring the galaxy. This amazing discovery has produced a new scientist. Perfect. And we should quickly exploit this new capability and redesign our ships with all those hyperdrives. Okay, so let's just pause for a sec. Okay, let's go have a look at our new scientist first. That's this guy. He's a weapons guy, and he's ultra genius, so he's going to increase our research output potential by our research output by 20%. Okay. For the moment, I'm just going to put him on the spaceport. I will eventually put him on a dedicated weapons station, but for now I'm just going to put him on the spaceport for the simple reason that we're still pretty weak at this point. And just zoom in here. These stations are somewhat vulnerable. They got like 500 shields and a bit of weaponry, but they're still pretty vulnerable and will fall if a fleet comes in to attack us. The spaceport isn't as much as a pushover, because it's got like 5,000 shields and a bunch of armor, so he's definitely going to be safer on the spaceport for now. And you definitely don't want to be losing too many scientists. They're kind of hard to come by with some races. Some spawn them quicker than others, but most races you wait for them for a while. So I'm going to put him on the spaceport just to have him safe there. Be nice if I had an inspiring presence guy here. Yeah, he would. He'd help increase everybody's traits. Okay, so I guess we're down to designing some ships. So I'm just going to actually just do a couple at this point. First of all, the escort. So I'm going to auto upgrade him, and we'll edit. And he's going to be called a protector, actually. Okay. So we still need everything on here, including shields and armor. So let's get the armor on here. Take 100 armor and say 300 shields. Maybe I might have to pull a couple of those off because this is going to be a very tight design. We only got 230 to work with, and this is going to be 10. And each reactor I need to power this is going to be 18 space, so it's going to add up quick. So I'm only going to be able to get one more reactor on here, so we're probably not going to reach. Oops, it's not a reactor. Let's pull that off. We only need one warp core. Let's put a reactor on it. There we go. Okay, so 1969. So if we look at the basic info here, and I'll just actually pull it up in here. That's what we need to actually build this. But what I'm looking at right now is... oh, no, wrong one. Hang on. This one. There we go. Maximum speed of the warp bubble is 2,000. And as you can see, our speed is below that at 1969. It uses 132 energy. So the problem right now is we don't have quite enough energy. We're like 2 units short of actually maxing the speed out. But for this point in the game, I'm not going to worry about it. I just can't afford the space for another reactor. I could, but I want to hop up the weapons on this as well. I want to put a bunch of railguns on this as well. And I'm going to put the hab modules on and the life support, and then we'll see what we're left with here. So we're actually 22 above size right now. So we're going to have to trim a few things off. The first job of this ship is going to be to tackle space creatures. And space creatures don't give a crap about shields. They just waltz right in and start munching on your armor. So it's probably good to have more armor than shields in this situation. I will be topping the shields back up once we get better ship sizes, but I'm going to pull one off anyways. Now that leaves us 12 left over, so we're still 12 over size. So I might pull one railgun. Actually, let's pull a Maxis first. Still leaves us 40 firepower, so that's how much firepower we have. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many other places to trim down here unless I take another weapon off. Which I'd rather not do, but... how big are the weapons? 7 and 5. Well, I'm more interested in the railguns right now than the Maxis, so I might take one more Maxis off. Which leaves us 2 oversized, so I'm just going to maybe... I really want the armor on here. Oh, let's pop an engine off. There we go. So that gives us lots of space, and it leaves us 4 more that we can actually utilize. So I'm going to put 4 more armor on this. Okay, so bring it up to 230. Fuel's a bit low. Yeah, maybe I better throw at least... 1 anyways. 2 if I can pull it off. I don't think I'm going to. Okay, we'll go to 165 for fuel, and I'm still 6 over. So I think I'm going to sacrifice another shield, and we'll top up with armor to fill the other 4 spots. Just because I know what job they need to do as soon as they're out and about. So that's 180. So I think we'll go with that. And hopefully, actually should come out and see just how far away. Okay, so the slugs are over here somewhere. Oh no, those pirates took them out. Okay. So I just have to worry about, there's going to be a surprise come up, so I just have to worry about our surprise. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build 3 of those escorts. No, I'm not. I'm out of money. So we're going to have to let this run a bit and get some money up. And I see we're almost at 20 billion. But we'll get some quick cash here first, so let's get that going. And we have Otanium Opal discovered at our homeworld. Okay, so that gives us 2 resources now. Remember, we only started with the 1. So now we have 2 resources here. And more will show up. They do spawn throughout the game. Yeah, we're at cash flow of 79,000 now. So that's not too bad. If we're at a lower difficulty, I'm sure that'd be a lot more. Okay, So there we go. We got a bit of cash. So let's come in. And we will build 3 escorts. Notice we now have 12 construction yards instead of 3 that we had before. That's because we're now operating with a large spaceport, not a small one. Okay, so we're going to go to the military ships tab. And we are going to put these in a fleet. So we select them. It's the same keys as Windows. Shift to select everything and Control to undo one. Okay, so we're going to put those in a new fleet. And even though we have a fleet admiral, I'm not going to put him on that particular fleet. Where is he? There he is. Because that fleet's still pretty weak, and I'd probably just end up losing him. Okay, so that gets us some cash. And what I might do, just because we are so close to maxing our homeworld out, is just find maybe a happy balance in the taxes here. So I'm thinking, well, we'll start at 20. Let's see what half the tax does to us. And we're still 26%. Well, we'll have to see how that translates into growth. Even with full-on tax, we're at 7%. So I think we're going to be all right. So we'll try 20% for now. And we'll see what that leaves us. So 7%. And we're at 12%, even with that bit of taxation. And we're still making 32,000 cash flow. So that's a nice happy medium for now until we max out. Once we max out, I'll optimize the taxes more. But we're at 20 billion. I'm thinking we're probably not going to go a whole lot. We're actually almost at 21 billion. So it's probably not going to go a whole lot bigger than that. But we shall see. I'll just wait for our fleet to be finished here. And there we go. Okay, so that's our first fleet with hyperdrives ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually kick in our warp engines and just trigger an event here. And I just don't know where I'm going to go. I guess we'll just go there. I try to anticipate where this event will happen, but we'll see. Okay, so, and there we go. Our first hyper jump. Okay, and it's saying that distance previously took months to traverse can now be covered instantaneously. Well, not quite, but okay. And we're also receiving reports that at the time of this hyper jump, we got readings at, oh, I must have missed renaming one. Thespis 10. Maybe we should investigate a ship. Yeah, I guess I missed one. Hang on, over here. Yeah, I did. I meant to rename that when I do. Well, let's just quickly do it. So come back in the editor, double click, and there. I guess I missed that when I was doing that. It's fine. So what's happened here is we've had a bunch of Kelters, well, a couple of Kelters spawn. It's usually like 3. So we have some Kelters here we have to take care of now. So let's just select our fleet again, and we'll target these. So they came along as the result of our first hyper jump. So that was the event I was waiting for, and I find it fun to try and figure out which planet they're going to spawn at. So, okay, so now that that's happened, we're going to come in and we're going to put hyperdrives on the rest of our ships. So I just did the escorts for now, so I'm not going to worry about these 2 right away either. I'll redesign them a bit later. I'm mainly going to live with escorts for the moment. Okay, so exploration ship, we'll have to get a warp drive on that. So let's auto upgrade. Doesn't do anything, so there's nothing to really upgrade. It's just basically our weaponry right now that's taking the upgrades. So we'll have to manually upgrade this one. And we don't have shields and armor on this one yet, so we'll do that. So I got 100 armor, 300 shields. I might have to take a bit of shielding off because I want to hop this up with some fuel supply. So we'll come down to small fuel cell, and I want to get to about 600 fuel supply, because these guys have to go a fair distance, and that puts us 12 over. So I'm going to take one shield off, And a couple pieces of armor off. These guys, the exploration ships, are pretty good at getting away from danger. So I generally don't stack them up too high. I'll put a third shield on once I get better size, but right now it's fuel supply we need. And we can go 257% of our system diameter, whatever that. Oh, I know what's wrong. Oh, I haven't got warp cores on this yet. Oh, that's going to make things difficult. Oh yeah, this is going to make things really difficult. But we can take a lot of these engines off I put on at the beginning of the game. So maybe we'll do that. I don't need to be cruising at 30 now that I have hyperdrives. So I'm going to bring that down to about 20 there. So that still leaves me 4 over. And maybe what I'll do is I'll pick on another shield. And we'll throw a bit more armor on there. I'll bring it up to 100 anyway. So we're not at full size yet, but I'm not going to worry about putting anything else on these. I think we're good. So it's got good range now. Now that 1.03 sectors is our range, so we can go a full sector on this map. Okay, so we'll save that. And a sector is basically, I don't know if you can see this on the YouTube video, but there's a line on the map that goes like that. That's a sector. So we can travel that far now. Considering the map is this big, it's not very good. But we'll figure that out. And now that we're out and about, let's throw our influence on and see what that looks like. Okay, there we go. So he basically he exists within our sphere of influence. What kind of impact that has, I'm not sure. I think we might have to assimilate them. We'll have to maybe that might be our first target. Like I said, we could maybe get friendly with them, but they seem to be getting angrier. Yeah, they covet our colonies and resources because they're so close to us. So I don't think they're going to make an ally by any means. We're going to have to maybe do something about them. Okay, so anyways, let's go back in and finish up this ship design. Eventually, scroll in. Uh-oh. Oh, my virus scanner. Okay. My virus scanner just kicked in for a scan. That's what the problem is. Okay. Well, I'll finish recording this quickly because we're at the 30 minutes anyways, and then I'll go take care of that. Okay, so we did that, and we'll auto-upgrade our construction ship. And we will take that revision out. And we still need armor and shields on this. I don't know why I want 150 on that. I want 100. And 300 shields. And warp bubble. And some more reactors. Okay, so we got some more warnings we need to have in life support, so we'll get that done. And more cargo. So construction ships have a requirement; they need at least 35% of their size to be cargo components. So we have to put a couple more of those on. Okay, and that should be good. It's got good fuel supply already. It comes pre-designed for the game with lots of fuel on these, so we don't have to touch that. And I think we're good, so we'll save that. And one more thing we need to do is come into our private ships. Now that we have warp cores, we need to put them on all these ships. So this is a little bit of a process, and there's no auto upgrade because there's nothing really to upgrade on it, so we'll have to manually upgrade. So I just go with 100 armor and 100 shields to start. I don't go too big on these right away. The thing about private sectors, if they get destroyed, they have to rebuild them. And when they use our spaceports, we get the money for the build. So in a way, it sort of works out. So what do we got here? We need warp cores yet. And reactors. And Hab and Life. And that usually, yeah, it puts us down below maximum. But that's fine. I'm not going to worry about I'm not going to put another reactor on just to bring that up another, 31 speed units. So that's all I'm going to do. And we'll just go through these quickly. It's the end of the episode anyways. I won't be doing much more after this. So if you don't really want to watch this, you can probably take off to the next one. Okay, Hive and Life. Next. Now, sometimes these large transports get too big and I can't build them. Yeah, see, it's going to be 266. So basically what's going to happen until I research the next ship size is these won't be available for build. But once I get that next level on the construction tech, then I will be able to. So they'll just automatically become available once I get to that point. 909, that's actually fairly low. But we'll throw another reactor on it. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to build these right away anyways. And I guess we'll just go with that. Yeah, see, the largest fallen off are available available buildables. So, yeah, like I said, once we get to 300 ship size, that'll come back automatically because we already did the design for it. So we'll mainly upgrade our passenger ship. Hive and Life. And save. And 2 more. Oop, I don't want 3 on that. I only want 1. Hive and Life. Okay, now these are mining ships. So what I like to do with these is give them a little bit better fuel capacity. And also like to give them a little bit more cargo capacity. Because they basically go out to a planet that has no mining station on it, and they'll actually mine the resources and bring them back. So if they can get a little bit further and bring back a little bit more, I think is a good thing. So that gives us cargo capacity of 1050. And I still don't have warp drives on this yet. So get that done. And yeah, that's oversized. So I guess we'll just put the 3 on for now. More Hive and Life. So they're going to be a little bit slower. Actually, what I could do is maybe pull one of those cargoes back off. And that should be enough for another reactor. A little bit over, so maybe we'll just take 4 armor off that. There, so a little bit better for cargo capacity. I'll throw an extra one on when we get to a little bit bigger ship. So I guess that's pretty good, so we'll save that. And we'll do this last one quickly, and we can end this episode. And third one, Hive and Life. And then we'll do our fuel trick. Okay, take 2 armor off, and that should be good. Okay, so that's all those done. Okay, so I guess we'll just end this episode here then. And I won't bother coming into the victory screen or anything. There's probably not a whole lot changed there. So if you're still with me, thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time.